What's going on, Ableton Advanced community? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another video. And we're going to be talking about output today. Now, everybody gets excited about this time of year. All these companies are going to be throwing out these 50% off. Every company kind of does this. So if you're like me, you kind of save up for this type of year for one certain plugin that you want, or maybe you're going to get the bundle or whatever it is. So back in 2017, I've got the bundle for output. So I've got a long history with this company, a lot of emails I want to show you all the way from back then. I'll give you the summary of the whole video right now. Should you buy it? Yes and no. What you should do is do some research and find out if this is for you or if your money should go into somewhere else. And if you can handle this, this company's customer service as of right now. Those kind of things are kind of a big deal for me. So I'm going to save you the time and effort. And I was not paid to make this video, or I didn't get anything free. So I earned every penny of this. I spent the money on this product, and I'm going to give you the most honest review. I'm going to break this down to fundamental core samples and see what you get for your money. Let's dive in and take a look at this company and this product. But first, hit that like and subscribe and watch this intro. All right, guys. So I said that I had it since 2017. It was early 2018. So at this point in time, it's close enough. And I can tell you right now, I had some issues getting the installers to install. They had to send me some files. There was a person there that was very helpful at this point in time. I've always kind of liked, I had my eye on output even back then. Their Rev products and stuff like that were really cool. And, I mean, their UIs are just so tempting to look at. And I'm going to tell you right now, their UIs are very nice. So I had some issues with getting it installed. And, this is a big file. These take time. There's a lot of protection for pirating and things like that. It seems like it's almost puts a lot of strain and things on the purchaser who has nothing to do with stealing it. I think it's almost our fault. I feel like I have to deal with the repercussion of other people stealing your product. I get it, but it's a very hindrance on me and us. So you can you expect that to happen. I've had nothing but problems with the hub installer and things like that. I haven't tried it recently, so I can't say of anything in the last 4 or 5 months. I've almost given up on contacting this company. Not to say it's a bad product or I don't find value in it. So hang out and stick with me here, okay? All right, so I had this product for a while, and we can see here I have got a ticket here written in at on 11/22/2018, and we go to the bottom. Okay, so I'm having issues with some samples not working. I feel this stems from the install that I had to do. I've always had some presets not working for all the products, but now I'm thinking that some main samples are not working at all. Analog Strings is missing some one-shot orchestral samples, and I feel like I'm missing good stuff. I had said the issue, like I've said, but I've had issues with the first install, and I've had to download many zip files due to the regular installer not working. So I'm asking for some help with this. Do I need to reinstall? Thank you. If you're having, they're always going to come back with you. Are you having issues with contact? Do you know how to do the simple stuff? And it's not my first rodeo. I'm pretty thorough at this point. It's been 11 months. I've actually analyzed it and done a video on this already by this point. So, contact there, blah, 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 blah. We'd like to acknowledge, thanks for the support, blah, blah, blah. They were actually, they would at least get back to you back at this point in time. So ticket received here, order from September. So I think I had another order too. So I ordered it right before brass came out, I think so. And I asked them if they could squeeze in brass with that after I purchased it. And the lady was super nice. I can't remember her name, but she was really nice, and she slid in the product for a nice slim price for me on the bundle. And I thought that was really cool. There was this really good vibe and connection and customer service back at this point in time that was really had a lot of value to me anyway. Things like that are really cool to me. So I think I got brass here now. We've got that slid in support. Addy, is this Addy? Okay, let's go back here. So this is where it gets thick here. Okay, so I think I even got like a video here. Wow, I didn't even know I had a video. So I was pretty thorough. Here, there's some files that seem to be missing. So, and then there's just some instruments too, and we're just going to go into, we're in Signal right now. So, in felt piano, if I run up the keyboard, yeah, that's weird. It's still like that. Not even playing anything, and that's not for. Yeah. And this I'm almost positive that this is still the issue with it because I've re-downloaded. They were like, I don't know what's going on. There's a point in here where they're like, I don't know, never seen it. This is a follow-up previous request. So that's another, I think it's another video, just missing stuff. Okay, so let's see, on Mac, Windows. Okay, so they're telling me to do something here. So your request, thank you for thanks for getting this video back to me. Can you send me your hub log? Okay, here's what to do. So they want my hub log, your request here. Let's go up here a little bit further. Once again, having issues with your products. I'm in Signal now doing a demo video for it. A few instruments are not working at all. Felt piano. Okay, we sent the video. Thanks for reaching out. I think I'm going up backwards, but anyway, you guys get the gist of this. I just want you guys to see. And here we are. We're in Zendesk now, so that they're using a third-party company to. They just kind of. I was getting a person before. Okay, so I've tried a few things. No luck. The hub is full of error messages. When is this? This is on 2020. Here we are in 20. No. I've been having issues. So let me know if you guys have any. At this point, I'm kind of mad here. So I went to your site. I got your custom unzipper downloaded, only to find out your site says error when I go into the download link, which they were just like, oh, we're sorry, there's something happening. I understand I'm trying to control theft, but to the point where it makes it hard for people who have purchased it to get their product is subpar. I've never had such issues with any other installers. Heaviosity, Spitfire, and many others have no issues. I wanted to update my bundle for the sale because of Portal and Thermal and a few other packs that I'm missing right now. But why should I if I can't download and manage my products? I mean, that's a pretty reasonable request, right, guys? Can I get what I paid for over here? Obviously not. I still don't have it, guys. There's some key things that are missing. Not that I said I still find value in it, but customer service is a really big issue for me, especially if I'm dropping 500 bones or dollar bills or euros or whatever you guys are about to spend on this product. So this is where I want you guys to know what you're getting into. So these installers are kind of crazy, and I've had all kinds of issues with them, and I can't get any answers. They don't know what's going on, and maybe I can try it again, but I'm almost to the point where I'm just living without these certain samples, and I know which ones are missing. I get a lot of value out of a lot of their product. I love Substance and things like that. So we're going to go through all these products here right now. I'm going to go into open Ableton up, and we're just going to open up every product. We're going to go do core samples and dig through these things. I'm going to show you what's missing, and we'll see what's going on here. We'll see if you like what you hear and if you think it's worth it. So let's go right into it. All right, guys. So we have what I have anyway from the bundle set up into Ableton right now, we do not have Portal and we do not have Thermal in here. Now, as you can see from my old emails, I'm kind of hesitant on buying the products, but I'll tell you what, right now, I'm probably going to pull that trigger. They're really nice. The UIs are really cool. So, and the effects plugins have a different download for them too as well. So you don't really have the problems with these. As far as I know, I've gone through movement pretty extensively, and I've got everything that's in there, all the packs. So I'm also probably going to be missing some of the packs out of some of the other products, but we are not going to be going into presets. Okay, so we're going to be jumping into the meat and potatoes of these products here. So I didn't order them up in any particular order here, so we're going to go into the first one, and we're going to take a look at Exhale. And like I said, we're not going to go into any of the presets here. So let's jump into here and let's go into the initial setting here, and we'll back out of that. And let's take a look at engine here. We've got sound source A. So Exhale's got a kind of a little bit different of a UI typically than their other ones. Now their UIs are really cool, and once you grasp one, you can kind of like look at the look at the rest of them and get with it. Exhale is something that I don't really use that often, and I think people are super excited about Exhale. And Exhale is cool. I need to jump into it and use it a little bit more, but I do have a Heaviosity Vocalese, and I really like that too as well. But it's not like I haven't used this product, but you know, it's been a while since I've actually opened it up, so I'm kind of traversing through this thing with you here at the same time. But we're going to come in here and look at the main samples here, the fundamental things that you're buying, and that's what the whole video is about, is like, what are you getting for your money here? So everybody knows that you can take some samples and throw it through something. I mean, you can pretty much almost take garbage and throw it through something and maybe find some beauty in it. It's an exercise that's done all the time. I mean, there's videos on it, like take this and make something out of it. Okay, boom, you know, granular synthesis and whatever you want to do. Yeah, so we all know that with some trickery and some cool, effects chains, that we can get something cool out of it. But what are we putting into it exactly? And then if you want to use these by themselves, what are you getting? So as we can see, we come here. We're just going to turn. We have a source A and source B. We're not going to really. This is not a tutorial on how to use it. You can find those and how to get the cool results out of it. I think that's kind of self-explanatory when you see the UI. That's going to be something that you need to dive down into. I'm just showing you what you're getting your money out of it for. And we're going to take a look at, I'm going to see here, I think I turned, this one's on. We're going to turn just one on, and we're going to go through the UI and check out what you're getting. So I think we have, so you're not going to hit, okay, so we have these tabs down here. We've got one shot, so we're going to go into this source menu first here, and we're going to go into one shot. So this is kind of a map key to tell you what these things kind of mean, and it's going to show you down here visually. I love their UI. I mean, this one thing that they have down is like you just look over here and figure it out almost instantly. Like I haven't opened this plugin in a minute. I'm used to their other UI, so I kind of know it. But even if I wasn't, I feel like, bam, I kind of can see visually what I'm dealing with. So let's take a listen to some of these. We're just going to kind of blaze this really quickly. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on it. I just want you guys to listen. And all right, so here we go. We're in one shots right here. We went into initial settings. We only have sound source A on, and that's all we're going to do. And we're going to go into one shots, and we're just going to start with number one here. Ooh, that's not that one, is it? That's Substance over there. I'd like to go all the way up on that. All right. Ah. All right, so if you're hearing that delay, that's because I have OBS is compromised by the driver that I'm using. So I know I'm smashing here, and you got that crazy delay going on. I apologize that for it, but it's not really that pertinent here. But you might be hearing the thump and go through. I'm trying to do this live and unedited and real for you guys. You know, you kind of get a, you know, I like to hear how they transition over and stuff like that. That might be my next one that I use, man. The thin eye. That's cool. This might be kindling my love affair with XL again. I don't know why I didn't open it up. It's because I got the other product from Heaviosity. We'll be talking about that one too coming up next. Raspy. I'm really liking. You can have fun, huh? All right. We're like, hey, you're gonna go through this quickly. I'm getting entertained with it, man. Hey, you're about to spend $800 on a product, man. You can spend an hour with me going through it. Maybe an hour. I don't even know how long this is gonna be. We'll try to do less than that. Okay. And you can see the you know, the scoop down and the scoop up. You see the mapping over here as telling you kind of what's going on. And as we're playing it, you can kind of see visually now. I hope you've been watching. Clean. And of course, you know, after, I mean, this is nothing on it. After this, you got all kinds of different things that you can do. Like, I'm not going into the full UI of it. We're going into meat and potatoes here. It's not bad. We were just doing some choir stuff the other day, and I wish I'd have known that I was over here. Like I said, I forget about Exhale sometimes. Okay, so we're going on to the next section here. So we just went through one shots, all right? And our next little tab menu over to the right here is called pads. And now we're going to hit on this and check that out. Now you can see right here, there's this piece of UI here that you can, you know, you can mess with it, reverse it. There's also, you can see the wave and kind of jump in here. There's a lot of cool UI things going on within this product and all their products. I mean, I think that's really the one thing that really stands out more than anything else in the products is the UI and the ease of use and to be able to look over at it and just know what's going on. Nice. I'd like to see how that transitions. It's good. Good stuff, man. Yeah, man, my love affair for the exhale has just been rekindled. Excellent, man. I'm happy we're doing this. Good. Let's go to the main menu. There's nothing absolutely on this at all. Because I feel like I'm hearing After Effects, but there shouldn't be anything happening here. So now, where is there? You can see that we have some menus down here as well, but there should be a engine. Okay, so then our effects, everything should be off, right? Rhythm. Let's make sure everything is off. Effects engine was on, but I don't think there's anything going on in there. But let's turn everything off just to make sure. So everything below here is off. This would be your source B. Let's play this one more time, make sure that I wasn't in anything. Maybe maybe I had some things on there. Default, a little bit of reverb is what it was sounding like though. Very nice. I don't know. It sounds kind of weird to me. Yeah, I didn't want to dive into all that stuff, but that sounds rich. I don't know why the female ones didn't sound like. I don't know. I didn't feel the I don't know. There was just something. Is there something? I mean, I wish my wife was here. She would be able to tell me. But I don't know. I don't know what it was. To me, my ear isn't that super trained to hear what was going on with these female ones. But it sounded odd to me. Not bad. That's really nice, man. Super cool there, man. So some pads in there. Maybe something with the vocals. I turned that the effects chain off. I didn't know if there was anything on there. It should be dry because initial should have nothing else on there except for source A. But yeah, I mean, I'm super pleased. Some tape one here. So it looks like I think tape is going to have some more effects up here. One bar, reverse, stack. So there's some options up here that you can when you get into these tape sections. You've got some looping options on these two as well. So pay attention to that. We're not going to get into it though. All right. Yeah, you can have some fun with this section. Just stacking like crazy. I like it. All right, let's move on here. It's cool. It's like it's like a pan flute sounding, like a human pan flute. Yeah, you know, where it's daunting to kind of just do this, but I mean, this is how you do it. I mean, this is what you're paying for. That's a cool one too, man. All right, so we've gone into tape 2 now. And you got different timings and things like that up here. I mean, there's a lot to do with all these sounds afterwards. Like I said, the UI is half the, it's probably most the magic that goes on with these products. And then with the vocals too, you know, not everybody has a wife that can sing like a bird, you know, like I do. I'm lucky for that, but I still got the products though. I'm going to turn my OBS channel up a little bit slightly, so the volume of the of Ableton is going to get a little bit louder here. You can have fun. Bubbles. If it's the one thing they do some weird experimental things. I mean, it's you know, their pride and joy is kind of the fact that they do some things a little bit differently. It's definitely for an odd taste. All right, so that's pretty much a run through of Exhale right there, and just like anything else of their products, I'll just run through the kind of basic of their UI here. So that's a sound source A up here in the top left. We have the same exact thing over here on the right hand side. We can start blending and mixing them together, and then we come down here and we can turn on this effects chain down here, and then we go right into the effects engine, and then we've got rhythm, we've got effects that we can throw on globally, and for source A and source B individually. So, all right, man, that's their UI is super cool, and just look at it. I mean, it's like visually, like boom. You know, you almost don't even need to speak a language to use this product. I don't think they're really cool. It's well thought out. My favorite part about the products is the ease of use and just looking at it and just knowing where you're at and how to navigate through it. So that was Exhale, guys. Let's move on to Substance and see, you know, this is definitely a cool one. So Exhale and Substance are probably the ones that everybody wants to know about. I mean, when I look at the forums and I see everybody talking about it, These are the two that get brought up, man. This is the ones that now, yeah. When I first got this one too, I was like, it's hard for me to place this into something. I don't know why I had an issue, but I don't have that issue anymore. So that must have been something that happened to me in the very beginning. But I have got a great love for this thing. So let's go into initial settings here. And I'll tell you what, one thing I didn't really like is their presets packs. I didn't find them to be valuable. I find that I go into this initial setting here and I come in and dial my own stuff. Now I wanted them, and it's nice. I do go through and find some wicked stuff where I'm doing my parody videos and things like that. If you're lost, it's a cool thing to go. But looking back at it now, I'm not getting the value out of the preset packs. I damn sure skip over most of them. So, and anyway, Substance is one of those things I think where I went through through their presets and try to fit it in things just to see how it sounded, and I think that's probably where I went wrong with this product. But coming in on just one here and just listening to things is what we're going to do. The same thing on Substance here as we did to Exhale. So we went into the initial setting. There shouldn't be anything else on there. We have a little bit of different of a UI, but if you look at it and just read it and go through it, so we have editing, the EQ, filter, effects, and rhythm. Sort of what was kind of like under the other one with the tab, but just laid out slightly different, but they're all going to be about like this. Okay, so we have the one on. Now it's basically it's turned off all three engines here. We have 3 engines on this one instead of 2. And you can see the little pie here that's laid out for you. It's super cool, you know. All right, so we just have this one on. It's called Clean Sub. Let's click on this right here, and it's going to open this up for us. And we have our categories, okay? Now we're going to run down this in order. So let's click on the top one here. Simple Synths. Let's go here. Organic Hybrids. I really want to go to let's go down in order. Okay, so here's Simple Synths, and we're just going to kind of like blaze this really quickly. I'm not going to make a track for you guys or anything like that. All right, so here we go. Let me drop my let me drop this down a little bit, an octave. All right, so in each one of these, we're going to have these menus on the right-hand side for us. So Simple Synths has its own little section over here. That was Subpluck. Let's go into Basic Wave. It's not bad, and it's very clean looking. I think I've my other videos kind of we dive into this a little bit and look at the waves and stuff like that. So very rich looking. I mean it's output. I mean they've got quality control. Maybe not so much customer service, but. Queen. Okay, Squarey. A Dirty Saw. It's a core synth. Dual Try. All right, Dumb Bass. Okay, that was a Simple Synth section. Now we're going to go into the bass guitars. I know some of you kind of really excited about this. I was, man, and it really is a cool section here. So this is MC Beetle. I don't know what a McBeetle. I don't know what that means, but does it mean something? Yeah, man, just gets really cool, and in playing it, or yeah, everything is really cool. I've made some really good tracks with this. I wish I could play better, but yeah. Now I do have my my Launchkey, my launch pad down here set up for hitting the notes. Hard, but they're definitely, I can turn the sensitivity down a little bit. All right, let's go on to acoustic. I don't know. I'm not feeling the acoustic one for some reason. Vintage. I know. Slap it. Let's slap this one. I've gotten great sorry, I'm just, I'm listening. I'm not trying to make anything beautiful over here. I'm listening to transitions and stuff. Anyway, yeah. So we've got a low brass and woodwind. So it's really cool that I think that's, they really kind of cover you in here in a lot of different avenues if you want to go down. And that's a really good rich sounding brasses in here, and just maybe layering these brasses up themselves with the 3 different engine options, you get some pretty cool results. Pro tip. All right, let's move on to just swell. Yeah. Not the worst clarinet ever. It's actually not that bad. Contrasum. At least within its range, it sounds great. Could be fun. Solo bone. Solo tuba. Poof, poof. Not bad. These are great, I'm super impressed with the low brass and woodwind section in here. It's definitely really cool. Now, some processed bass guitars. Semi-hollow. tube combo. It could be the way I'm playing it too, you know. I'm just trying to hit things. Not really, All right, so that's processed guitars. Now we're going to go into organic hybrids. This looks like they're going to be, yeah, hybriding some organics here. So let me just repeat what they said in a different way. All right. Gritty. It's wicked, you know. And just remember, these big, rich old sounds take up a lot of room. I like it, dude. I mean... so, like a long hold note there. What kind of chorus is some of the stuff doesn't really, it's like sound design weird. I wouldn't say it's, I don't know. I mean, that's partly what they do. I mean, they were a company that was kind of geared towards like you know, like film scoring and sound effects like that, and then they seem to take this whole another turn, I think, especially with their new product, the arcade, which I've dealt with. I'm not going to really talk to you about that here. They've tried to pacify me with their shortcomings on their customer service side with free subscriptions to arcade. We'll talk about that later. I don't mind arcade. I just feel like it's kind of like shopping in a thrift store, which is fun. But I don't want to decorate my house with a thrift store. Maybe one or two items, and I guess that's kind of what it is for. But when I went over there, everything that I looked for in that product, I couldn't find it, and I wanted like weird, odd things. And I have all their other products, and it seems like they kind of just like recycled a lot of this weird stuff into their other things, which is fine and cool. I mean, I guess. I mean, I'm not gonna hate on the product. It's just not for me. I don't want to shop at a thrift store for stuff. So now we're going to get into some interesting parts here. So we got our subs here. So clean, man. We're just going to kind of blaze these. Trying to get you a little bit, you know. Yeah, remember I do have the mic on. I mean, there could be, I don't have I'm not fully sound isolated in here, so there could be little artifacts in there. But I can assure you that I've looked through here. Everything's pretty clean, you know. Besides my my playing skills are at the moment. Okay, so we're going into synth plucks here. Weird, man, you know? And that's their kind of thing was weird. I wish it had stayed weird. I liked them when they were weird and answered the phone. So just really weird, odd stuff. I think I think some of it sometimes I feel is like just like random buttons. And that's one odd thing that they don't seem to have on their product is a random button. Output, if you're watching, I doubt you are, but it'd be a really cool feature, I guess. A lot of your design seems to be kind of like that anyway, which is nothing wrong with it. But I mean, for some of the presets, I'm like, did a computer just generate these, or did somebody actually sound design them? I say that a lot about a lot of sound designers too, though, right? Okay, so beauty's in the eye of the beholder, right? We're on to synth, the complex synth here, so we're on the hard sync here. At this point, we're just going to kind of blaze through them a little bit. I'll remind everybody what I'm doing for people that are skipping through. Cool. Rich. All right, so we got some one shots and impacts. This is kind of a menu that I don't really remember going through. It's really rich. I don't know how I didn't realize I had a gong in here, but this is my first time hearing it. I'm super stoked about. Hopefully, I can remember that I've got this in here, because sometimes you're like, oh, where do I have a gong at? And you're typing in, and you're like, oh my god, Substance has a cool gong. Sort of. Good enough for some things. So Sub Tsunami. Very rich, Very good. Because I got the heaviosity, I use the gravity over there, but geez, these are sounding really good too. Some of them. Gotta have one of those to layer in. Gotta have that too. Okay, so there you go. And that wraps everything up there. And just like the other products on the UI here that you're looking at, you see we've got our section 1, section 2, section 3. They all kind of look like the same thing on here. You're going to have your categories and then your options within each of those categories. And then afterwards, you have your editing tab. It kind of goes in order of how you want to play with these sounds and go through them. So that was Substance right there, and two really cool first products there, Exhale and Substance. Definitely really cool. So our next product here is going to be Analog Strings, and let's go ahead and set this up into an initial bank here. Get to the meat and potatoes. Let's go ahead and close that out. And just like everything else, you can see the UI is going to be kind of the same. We have our editing tabs up here. We have the effects on right there. Let's turn that off. And down here we see an engine A and an engine B. let's go ahead and turn off engine B. So these are all the options that you get afterwards. It's an infinite playground. We could spend all day on their UI and how things go. Like I said, that's not the video. We're going to get to the meat and potatoes and see what you're paying for. Now we clicked on that this section here in the A tab. And now we're going to be looking at the top here, and we see that we have another 3 subcategories with options of their own. So bear with me, folks. We're going to try to blaze this as quickly as possible, but I want you guys to hear, you know, the octave range and then how they act as I'm playing. Try to do it like quickly, and then some, you know, legato style playing, if I use the term correctly. All right, so we're gonna blaze it and try to do it as quickly as possible, and but listening to it all at the same time. So up here we see one shots and pads and tapes, just kind of like the Exhale kind of was. So we're on one shots. We see down here we have orchestral, synths, and creative. This is kind of like the options that we were seeing over in Substance up there. So now we're kind of getting into this, like, okay, I see a pattern within the product and the UI. So it's making things a little bit easier as we are navigating through this. We are learning and getting used to it. Let's move on past that pink noise and go into analog strings here. You know, very cool. Let me switch it here, just get a little something going on there so I don't have to worry about it. Okay. We're going to go on to large spiccato. Hit the wrong button. All right, so we got some. I mean, I'm impressed. I have some other products that are probably more specialized in this area, but I am not a traditional orchestral player, and I like to take the orchestral realm into new grounds. And I think this product does it very well. So, yeah, shout out to that. You know, yeah, for whenever you need one of those, dude. I mean, it's rich. You know, I mean, you know, you do a lot of sound design or scoring, which I thought they were geared for. I really wish they would go kind of geared back towards that audience. But I don't know where the money is lying. Obviously, it's being paid for, but they're not putting the money back into customer service. I can tell you that. Small staccato. All right, now I'm getting a little more artsy. I'm waking up or something. I don't know here. Dude, I could do this all day, man. This is where I get lost. I love strings and pizzicato and staccatos. And strings are tough for me to. I'm a really good critic on them. I think so. I mean, my wife plays a first chair cellist, and she's also a vocal coach. She's actually the magic ear behind any of my stuff. I run it through her. She should actually do Ableton Advanced. She just doesn't know really much about Ableton. She's just really good at music. Um, she can sit down and pick apart anything, dude. And I think it's really cool. But we listen to these things. I kind of run it by her, and some of them are okay. She has bad things to say about most of them, except for the Tina Guo. She was really impressed with that lady there, and we'll talk about that one later at another date and time. But now we're down here into a different section here. We have synths here. We have a throwback punch. Let's check this guy out. Bam. Plucks, very brassy to me. But, mixing these things in there. Oh, you heard my stomach. I'm getting hungry. I can hear that. I could hear it resonate through the desk. And we got to feed this guy. Sorry. All right, we're going to go into Pure Pluck. Gamer Pizzicato. Really cool. I mean, I'm seeing a lot of like really cool. I wouldn't come here for. I'm surprised to see it in the string section, and if I was looking for it, I would never type in looking for that sound in a string. But I like it though. This was really cool. So for vibrato stab. Yeah, I'm telling you, man. They're really you get these little golden surprises in here that you don't really know about, and you wouldn't expect. Does it belong in here? I'm not quite sure. Mixing it all together is what their kind of goal is. They're afterwards. I mean, I don't think they sell themselves on their core samples here, but it's what you're putting into everything. Plastic strings. They're hitting it with I mean, I get it. Sticks and fist. Good stuff. So is this kind of like a trill? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't know the terminology. I'm not an orchestral person. Really cool sounds though. I dig this. I mean, I've got like several different ideas of song ideas that I've had just by doing the video just now. All right, so that was just one section. So there's a shot section up here at the top left that we were just in, and then the 3 subcategories below that. Now we're gonna have the same thing. We hit the pad. We're gonna come over here, and so instead of being these staccatos and pizzicatos and the plucks and stuff like that, now we're gonna get into some bowings and sustains and some other techniques here, so to speak. All right, so we're going to go into this large sustain here. And just like any string, I think the really key to getting the expression behind this is expression. So things like the dynamics and things like that. I think that's where you find on the other products, and it's in here too as well. They're going to have the great their UIs. Are the coolest thing about them is the four knobs that are tieable to anything, and kind of you can tie multiple things to each knob. You can just really transform and really morph the sounds out really cool. And that's going to be something very important to do with these longer samples in here, is to and definitely with an Ableton, and like if you have something touch sensitive, and I think in 11 now we have the expression that we just drag over there. It's a max for live. I think you can get it anyway, and if you don't have 11, you should have some expression anyway. It's a really cool tool to use, and then just link that to some dynamics and things like that, so you can really pull these sounds in and get expressive with them. And I think that's the key to element behind these items. But that's just to going off a little side note there. I was thinking about it because my hand naturally wanted to start wiggling because it's usually set up on the other one. I have Novo from obviously from Heaviosity over there, and we really get into that a lot. But there's nothing wrong with any of these samples over here. I'm digging them so far. Good, man. That's where you do the aftertouch a little bit. This would be a perfect one. I mean, I can tell you, it sounds good, but it doesn't sound real to me. All right, so and that's cool. And these next two sections, I'm just gonna skip for now. I mean, we can. I guess I can hit them real quick. All right, we're just trying to blaze through because we could have a 4-hour video here on this. So, oops, hit the mic. Now we're into so at the top we just went through pads. Now we have the tape section, which is kind of take the other sections and do them in a kind of a tape loop or whatever they picked out to highlight over here. Now, when we hit the tape and go into it, we can see we have a mic. Some of them are going to have a mic option of close and far. So just keep an eye on that. That's a new tab that popped up here. It's a new option for you. Okay. So we're going to check it out real quick. We're going to kind of try to like pick this up a little bit now. Now that you guys know what you're listening for and what we're doing, we're going to try to kind of pick this up a little bit. In the tape section, you get really cool here with these, some of them anyway. Yeah. I'm getting into these creative things. It's kind of cool to see you're getting some weird sound design stuff. I would have liked to seen. I would have liked to seen a little bit more relevant content. Again, this is where I feel like they just kind of like were like, all right, let's throw some fillers in here when it wasn't necessary. You didn't need to really throw the fillers in here. And I know their their marketing thing is to let's take it to the next level. You know, the future of strings, but it's a good job. There is a little pros and cons, and that's just my opinion. So you base yours off of what you've heard, and I'm sure they might be different. So next up is Signal, and Signal's kind of neat. A lot of going on here, and Signal's one of these ones like basically. You know, your purpose behind Signal is to mingle everything. I think you can probably just throw just about anything into this thing and get some really cool results out of it. Definitely cool presets here. I like the presets on this one. I was very happy. I thought I had a good value for them, and it's very inspirational instrument here. So let's go into the initial setting right here. And let's go over to hit this tab up here. It's called Pulse Engines, and you can see the rest of the effects tabs in here as well. Let's go into effects tabs and make sure that everything is just turned off because I don't want really anything on right now. You can see that there's a Pulse A and Pulse B tab, and then we have a global tab. We have a limiter on. I'll accept that. I do have things turned down anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I don't want anything affecting it. I want you guys to hear just straight up. All right, so we have the Pulse engine, just like anything else. Now that you guys have seen it, we are really used to this UI by now, right? And you can see that they've started me off in the Pulse engine A, and I have Pulse engine B, and we see that there's a main rhythm stuck on for a 1/16. We're going to want to turn this off because this is already going to manipulate it. I mean, what would be Signal if they didn't put a little bit of a wiggle on your initial setting, I guess. So that's what they do. And let's just turn this off because we want to hear. I want to hear their main samples. We're just going to blaze through this one because their whole main point is to manipulate the sound in this device here. So we're not going to. I don't really want to go into tearing it all the way down, but there is a few things missing out of here. Is my key thing for this instrument right here. So let's blaze through this really quickly and then talk about what's missing out of here. Because unless it fixes itself through the hub, because I did hub at this before the video, but I'm expecting that it not to be working because if it hasn't been fixed in the 5 years that I've had, it's, I don't know. Let's check it out. Felt piano. So felt piano was one of the ones. Very weird. And in my other videos, this is exactly what happened. So I've got a note here, and that's it. Let me go up here and turn this off now. Now that I'm in there, let's go ahead and make sure that I'm put this down. So I'm running up the keys. You can see what I'm hitting down there at the bottom. I'm just kind of like running up, and there's some, and then none. It's not my MIDI pad. I'll be straight up. This is, I don't have this problem until I open up this instrument. So electric piano. Nope, nothing. Electric piano's fine. Harmonium. Good. Harp. Again, you don't really have to have great samples in this product to get something great out of it. But I am disappointed with some of the core samples in here, not to mention that some of them are just plain old missing or not working. I believe Celeste is one of these ones where it's just non-existent. I am wrong. It's not Celeste yet. Okay, marimba. I guess it's acceptable. It's actually decent, I guess. So just a bunch of recycled stuff here. Terrible cello. So that's something weird too. Like, what is that? What is that? Something I talked about last time, and I think if I go into the presets or something in a preset that has this emblem on it, I go in there and listen to it. I actually hear sticks, but in an initial setting, just grabbing it by itself, this is what I hear, and there's no other effects on. We have nothing on after this chain. This is it by itself. They're all horrible. I don't like any of those on the bottom down there. None of them sound like any kind of a percussion thing at all. But and then there's something. If you guys see that I've done something wrong, let me know, because as far as I know, I'm in the initial setting and everything is off. I even turned the limiter off. So, point it out to me if I've made some kind of operational error out there, folks. Okay, so in here we have one more section here. So we're going to go into synths. And let me see if I can find the one that I was... okay, so I think I'm pretty sure like one of these don't work. Particles, I think. I'm just going to airy poly. We're going to go backwards here. I know what these work. Continuum particles. Okay. Singularity. That's cool. You can... they got some really cool... Their classic sensor on it. Okay, so clean poly, non-existent. So any and this has been downloaded a million times, not a million times. Okay, let's just say that I've gone through the whole installation process with this thing. Let me be really honest here. Ever since the beginning, for how many years that I've had it now, I'm going to say 7 times. Okay, and these are not small things that you do. Downloading them takes a long time. I've got to call the company. They've got to email me back. Get a direct upload. Can I get the code? I got to get something else. Oh my gosh, try it again. Uninstall the hub and go into Revo uninstaller. Make sure you uninstall the blah 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 files and then reinstall it. I've done it. Clean poly doesn't work anymore. Airy poly. So both clean poly and airy poly do not work. Do they sound cool? I don't know. You guys, can somebody like give me a link to an airy poly and a clean poly that work out there in the universe, so I actually know what good one sounds like. I can't even get the company to do to send me send me back to anything that points me in the right direction. So we're probably onto something that works now here. Man, are we at Grandma's house on that little Casio back when we're 7? I mean, we'll turn any of these sounds into something gold. Nothing impressive there. We've all seen that. So, yeah, we're definitely missing some things out of Signal. I don't have a full product here. Never have. Doesn't mean that I don't have the value in it. You guys know that I like it. I think it's a really cool UI and a very handy tool. But again, we are missing some things out of there. It doesn't kill it for me. But as you're going through the presets, you're like, what? Some of them don't even come on. You're like, oh, they're using they're using one or two or a combination of the few items that don't work for me in there. Never been able to get it to work or fix this issue. So take that with a grain of salt. You know, sorry guys. And they've even thrown up themselves. They've thrown up their shrugged their shoulders and go, oh no, I don't know. I don't know either, guys. You know, I don't know either. Okay, so we have the. So let's talk about some. We're on X-loops here. X-loops here. We're just gonna kind of blaze this. I mean, X-loops is X-loops, so we're not gonna go too crazy in this because they have their loops and their sections, and they're all on the side, and then they have these effects chains that you can do, and that's really how you mess the sound up. You've got some half speed, you got some normals. I'm just going to kind of blaze these really quick. These are some of their first products, which really kind of like paved the way for the company and for sound design and things like that. It was really kind of cool to be able to play these things and have them in such a sort of a what do you call that? A performance palette type of environment for you. You know. And it's really cool about some of these products like this. You get to, use it as a performance tool, and that's what they are. Sketching and stuff like that. So let's get over to the right channel here. Okay, so we're just going to kind of just touch these a little bit. So what's going to happen is down here is on each one of these keys down here, there's going to be a different sample that you can manipulate different ways up here. And then over here in the pink section, this is where you change the note, the root note of the key, of the sample that you're playing. So, you get to play with it, and you get sections right here for it. You got organic, aggressive, sound design. You can go through these. It gets drum sets. It's kind of an all-in-one. You can make a whole song out of these Rev X loops and stuff like that. And I'm not really quite sure if you own the full contact. I would believe that you can come in here and throw your own samples in somehow. I think that's where the power behind this engine could probably come in. I don't own the full version of Contact, but I know that you can do some things. And I would imagine when you do that you could just go ahead and slide your own stuff in these files, unless they're encrypted by Output themselves and it wouldn't read it, which I could see that too. But I think it would be kind of a neat, I would imagine that would be an avenue that you could go down. But on the another note, I found some fruit snacks in my pocket. That's cool. I'm gonna eat one. All right. So Rev X-loops is really cool. We're not going to go through the whole thing. I'm not missing anything out of these files. Everything works for me really well on it. So that's just something that you're going to have to go in there and play with. Definitely getting your money's worth out of Rev X and the Rev product. We're going to kind of come over here to Rev and talk about it too. I think the Rev X is a little bit more in depth of a product than Rev here. But the same thing kind of going on here. You got your samples over here on the right hand side, and you control the key that the sample is in right over here. And just like the other product back there, you have your categories here. And then where the magic happens is these presets, and you can save them all in here too as well. So you get to do a lot of really cool stuff with this, half speed, double speed, reversing, and playing with the sample itself. Just really cool to dive into this product. I really have a lot of fun messing with these products, and not just messing with them, but kind of learning too. I think that these products take you through a learning experience for some sound design if you haven't branched over to this section of the woods here. And I think these products are kind of some of the ones that kind of was the gateway drug into sound design or like scoring type of avenue for music for me. But I really like them. So X-loops and Rev, we just kind of blaze through those real quick to save some time. Back here, let's see, last but not least, is it not last? It is last. So brass and winds back here. And then we'll talk about movement here for a second. So, okay, so brass here. Let's check out brass. This is the one of the last products that I got. They snuck it in there for me. I was a little late to the game, but this is back when their customer service was really cool, and they prorated it for me and threw it in there, which saved me quite a bit of money. And so there is some foundation of a great company there. I don't know what happened to them, so You know, if you guys are watching, please go back to doing some good customer service. You guys have a good thing going on here. Just pay attention to your customers. If you're not, haven't picked that back up. I know there were some COVID issues, but you guys didn't get back in contact with me for weeks at a time. And I do email too. I mean, you don't have to go, I got COVID and I can't talk to you for 2 weeks as a company owner that's taking everybody's money. Not cool. Okay, so we're in the initial setting. Let's go into edit and see what's going on here. Main menu, FX. Let's turn this effects off. What are they going to have in effects? I think it's going to be the same thing, probably on the global setting here. They've got some reverb and the compressor on. So let's turn that off for the initial setting there. And let's go over here to the main. Let's turn this engine B off over there because we don't want that as well. We're just going to deal with the sounds in here. And brass is just super good. We're not going to be disappointed here as well. All right. No. Just like all the other UIs, in the top we have our 3 sections: one shots, pads, and tapes. And then you have a button here that showed up in one of the previous UIs that's a near and far. But I'm thinking we're getting that as an option for most of these. Now, if it's not an option, I'm pretty sure it just grays out, if I'm correct. So let's go through analog, brass, and winds and wrap up this video. And we'll give our final thoughts at the very end here. So brass and winds is not going to disappoint us. I think I saved the best for last. It was either that or substance. Let's get on the right channel here. All right, guys. Let's open that back up. Not this one. That's not the right channel. Okay, here we go. All right, so we got the short brass here. Such a great, so velocity sensitive here. So there's like some expression built into the sample and the whatever algorithm that they're using, the little magic behind all that stuff. I don't claim to know how that works, but I heard somebody use that word once and it sounds right. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so brass fall. Let's check this out. Okay. I've used that sound already in a song. Let me turn my sensitivity down because this is something that I've noticed in here before. I have it in the middle setting on my Launchpad Pro, but I'm going to turn this all the way down to the most sensitive setting here. And that is the key to actually getting the instrument to sound very good and expressive, because I was getting some kind of like weird, like it was jumping back and forth between the two. That's why I wanted to change that sensitivity down, and it really changed how this instrument is acting for me, and we got a very, very instant result off of this. Yeah. All right, so let's move on. Winds short. You know, you get that grit. I mean, you can almost like see the guy turning red as he's blowing into it. Probably one of my favorite buys off of them. Plus, I don't own a very expensive version of brass or from any other company, so. But I've heard them and played around with them. Brass monkey, that funky monkey. I love you guys. All right, so Brass Prophecy. So we're getting into the synths and the more of the sound design from them. And again, it's nothing that I would have asked for. I didn't really want it. I think it's cool. I know you're trying to take brass and winds to a new level. I'd have liked to see maybe 2 orchestral sections and maybe 1 creative section when I bought this product. But I'm not disappointed. But I'm sort of disappointed. I didn't pay full price for it. Then I would probably have been disappointed. This would be a whole different video if I paid the $1,200 or whatever for this product. I don't know. I definitely would be talking about how I wish I would have had some Heaviosity. Probably should have went over to Heaviosity and bought all their products. Not speaking ill of the actual products themselves. The output companies where I'm having my issue. Really good. Like each one of these sections where they have the synths and creatives, they just have some really rich. That's not hard to do. I mean, I could open up Iris and get all these sounds right into Iris, but it's nice that they've got the good classics down to a good T. Like I said, I would rather have the more orchestral wood and winds section. I don't know why we have 2 of some experimental section and only 1 of what we got, but it's cool. But you have these other pads and tape sections up here too as well. So let's go into creative here and blaze through this real quick. Gritty. Very rich. All right. Very cool. Explosive pluck. Dirty, man. Cool sound. Would that be a core sound though? I mean, like some of these sounds are just like, okay, we had we tossed a couple back and blazed one down and we've made some really cool sounds, Do you want to put it as a core sample? No, don't put it as a core sample. Put it as a preset or something. That's what I said. No, we're gonna add that in. Oh, really? Okay. Don't put my name on it. Cool guitar-y type of thing. Again, it's something that I would be like, oh yeah, I remember that guitar-y sound was really good. Where was it at? It's in Brass and Winds. That's not where my mind is going to go though. Okay, so the pads here, they're probably going to get it into a cool section here. And that's where you start to get the sensitivity here is. You're getting the that dynamics level, depending on how hard you hit it, is Yeah, it's a big colorful difference between that. It's pretty wicked that it's kind of automatically built in there. Um, that's cool. Kind of control limiting, but for ease of use, for most people, I think buying this product will be going for that ease of use. And not having to worry about setting all that up, because in the other products you still have to kind of set that up for the aftertouch. You have to put the expression thing in there and link it over and stuff like that. So again, the ease of use is really cool. Powerful. I mean, I just got the heebie-jeebies. I got some goosebumps. You know, it's doing it right if it's doing that. You know. It's good enough for me, man. A little weird sounding, but powerful. I thought it was great, good enough for a mock-up, and definitely. And their aim is to be a little bit weird and odd, so they're hitting it here for me. And their sections here are just, I think they've knocked it out of the park for most of them for me. I just wish I had this twice at least. I'll say that again. That'll be my third, fourth time saying it already for the brass and winds. I just wanted more of brass and winds. And I think we could have had whatever guys down there just knocking it out. Just do it. Can we? I mean, hand the instrument over to me a few times and let me. I don't know. Get me in the orchestra with them. I could have thought of things. I've played better. Ooh, what's going on? I'm locking up. All right, guys, we crashed there, and I blame that on me for not having my system running optimally. And you know, you have OBS and things going on. You have some compromises going on with drivers and OBS, and if it wants to shut down, it wants to shut down. So we're going to keep on going through the orchestral. We're just going to hit the orchestral section through the rest of this pad and tape. We're going to talk about the movement effects plugin really quickly, because that's probably one of my favorites. I use that one all the time, probably more than anything else in this bundle. So let's go ahead and let me get my stuff together here real quick, and we will just continue on. Some murmurs. A lot of expression there. Yeah, man, you can have fun with that, man. Cool. Let's go through the tape section here. Now, each one of these had a near and far. I explained that in the beginning. I just kind of looking over there at that the whole time. And I knew some of them are kind of on and off. I do believe there's not options for all of them. Yeah, like if you go into here in these sections. Okay. And that makes sense because, well, why would you have a near and far? Okay, so here I think too as well. So where is the tape section for that? They usually have a menu to be able to manipulate that. I don't see one here. It's usually right up there anyway. On the last one there was, but it doesn't seem to. Oh, there. No, no. Well, I guess not. Okay. And those are just the tape sources there, which are I'm not really too thrilled about in this particular menu here. Okay, so there it is. Okay, so I knew there was a section where you can actually play with the tape there, and it's you got to step back out. I wish it was in the other menu while you were playing with things, but you can see it down here now. You can take that and drag that around to your heart's content, and change the looping properties in this. Not loop, loop it. Change the style of loop here, which is kind of the bread and butter for that whole section. I think that it would be cool if it was kind of in there while you were looking at it. But hey, that's the way they've got it set up. So if you're in tape and you want to, you pick your one, you got to go back out and try to and manipulate it the way that you want. So with that being said, that's Brass and Winds is a super cool product. There's a little bit more Brass and Winds would be nice, but I think it really hits a home run, especially for the deal that I got. And they were really nice to keep pumping that one in there. So last but not least, we're going to have to go down and find this guy and slam him back in there because it crashed on me. But it was my fault though, so you got to know when it's your fault and when it's not. So if I know my alphabetical, my alphabet in order, which I think I do, the M's are right there. So this is a cool product, man. I'm gonna tell you, I don't know what else to throw in here really quickly. It could be anything. Let's go throw a sample in here of something, anything. Drums are always a good thing to try to listen to. Let's just get some percussion on here. It doesn't really matter. No, let's drums from the big room. Let's get a regular drum set in here, just because it's so a staple sounding here. Where did I throw? I'm in Valhalla. Now I tell you what, this is a secret sauce. So we could go. We'll do a whole video on this, I think, and I might even break down some of the products a little bit better. But I just wanted to say, as a company, as a whole, and as a fundamental level, what you're getting for this bundle and what you're getting for your money. Is it worth it? I think you can find value at it if that's what you're looking for. If you're looking for a lot of customer service, maybe not so. If you're looking for authentic sounding and getting a very high quality orchestral area out of this, you might want to look into Heaviosity. Some of the products, I wish I would have put more little money into those. Well, I had some regrets for buying this instead of buying those. Not that I don't get value out of this. I'm sort of disappointed with a few things. Signal is, for me. I mean, these things can be done many different ways. Some of the core samples are for me. Some of the presets are definitely sounding like some machine just made them. My favorite though is movement here. You can put this sauce on anything, vocals, put a guitar into this thing. It's a really good secret sauce. You can see the meter rolling up there a little bit. I mean, if it gets it a little bit heavy, it's definitely these products are definitely power hungry. They can consume some CPU power. So I would think that if you have $500 to throw out on some products, that your core machine that's running these things would probably be pretty good. But some people need to be told that, as you're updating and spending money on all your other products, if you're still rocking that i3 quad core, maybe you should upgrade your PC first before you go and buy these. Because I see a lot of reviews like, it doesn't run. Well, minimum specs is like one way to run it, and then to freeze and flatten it out. Can you enjoy it live or anything else like that? Probably not. So with that being said, we're going to wrap this video up, guys. We went through the whole product list. Is it for you? Yes and no. And I hope that maybe this could help anybody out that's about to spend a whole bunch of money onto the product. I like it. It's got a lot of cool things with it. I use it all the time. Some things I don't really use. Some things I use more of. And definitely I don't even contact the company anymore to try to get anything out from them. Portal and Thermal look really good. And like I said, I don't think you're going to have any problem with getting those products to work correctly. So I'm looking at them. I think that they're on my radar. They're really cool. Thermal looks super cool because the distortion game is a little confusing one, and it gets complex. I don't really know. Having these tools are kind of cool. Somebody deeper on it might be like, how dare you? I don't really know. So I'm very frugal before I buy things, though. I will dig deep and try to find out, like, hey, maybe I can just do this on my own. As I've been doing more orchestral stuff and trying to do the dynamics and doing the expression, I'm learning more about those products and those the effects chains on how to get that. So it might be something that I eliminate for myself. But here we are. We're always learning. We're always moving forward. And I'm glad to bring you guys with me. And I hope that maybe this helps somebody that's about to drop down a whole bunch of money on these products with their sales coming up pretty soon. So we're going to be talking about some of the other products as well, too. So stay tuned for those videos. Thank you for hanging out with me this whole time and listening to me jibber jabber about these products. I love you guys. Hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you on the next video. All right. Bye.